Hi guys, welcome to MrFun's quick review of the Adidas Ultraboost 2020 Cold-Rdy running shoe. A little bit about myself. I'm 5'9" or about 175 centimeters, weigh about 11.5 stone. I'm not a professional runner. I go out and do probably about 15 kilometers a couple of times a week at an average of about 6.5 minutes per kilometer. So again, I didn't need a professional shoe. I just needed something that I felt was very comfortable and matched the conditions that I was running in. I do have a number of Adidas shoes. I did actually start off as a Nike fanboy. I owned the very first pair of Nike Pegasus way back when. However, as my feet have changed, I have transitioned to wearing more Adidas style shoes. So this pair here is the Alpha Bounce. I bought this primarily for a indoor workout shoe, doing things like T25. I did want to start doing more running with the impact of COVID, so I bought these Pulse Boosts probably about a year ago. So these are my chosen summer shoes. You can see they're fly knit, very lightweight, and like the Alpha Boost, both have the full cloud foam along the whole sole. I like all of these shoes for different reasons. Again, I bought the Pulse Boost for running, and as it started to get a bit more wet, a little bit more slippery, I didn't like wearing this running in the cold and the wet. So I started wearing my indoor shoes thinking, they look less likely to absorb water. However, that wasn't the case, and I did find myself more and more concerned that they weren't shedding water as much as I'd liked. Both of these shoes on discount, I think I spent about £60 with. These new Ultra Boosts are significantly more expensive, retail about £160. It's now January 2021. They've been out a few months, so still £160. I got these for £115 from another site. One thing to note, I am normally a size UK 9.5. On the Adidas website, it suggests that you should go for a full size bigger. However, I did, as you can see up here, get a size 10.5, which turned out to be way too big, far too generous. And so I actually got a second pair in size 10. So normally 9.5, this is size 10, and they fit perfectly. They are ever slightly, I would say, more generous than a 9.5. However, a 10.5 was just too big. Going for a size 10, half size bigger, definitely seems to be the way to go. If we compare these two shoes, I'm gonna ignore this pair at the back here and just go for these two. The style and the look of the two shoes are very similar. The silhouettes are the same. They are both sock-like. However, I don't know if it's because the materials or some other slight design that I can't make out, but this pair are easier to get into. The new Alpha Boosts are very snug. A lot of people complain that this is a little bit cutting. I've yet to run in these, so I can't confirm. However, wearing around the house for the last 2.5 days, they seem to be perfectly fine. They are quite difficult to get into. I'd recommend the shoehorn and liberal use of the reflective pull-up at the back. However, once they're on, they are very snug and very comfortable. There is a generous amount of space around the front, and all around sock-like and very comfortable. The reason I switched and stopped wearing these for wearing in non-summer is you can see that the mesh on the top is very aerated, which allows good airflow. On the Cold-Rdy shoe, which I believe was new to the end of 2020, the mesh is a lot finer. I believe they still call this a knit. However, it's a much tighter knit, which helps with the shedding of the water. I believe Adidas has 3 styles. They have the Cold-Rdy, the Winter-Rdy, and the Summer-Rdy. I'm guessing this would be very similar to the Summer-Rdy in terms of allowing a nice cool breeze through the shoe, making sure that your feet don't sweat too much. With the Cold-Rdy, you'll find with the tight knit and the different materials, the design is to allow a better winter run. So in the UK road running, there's the occasional puddle. I did find that these would get very wet along the bottom, and as you can see with these ones, there is a different style of material at the bottom. It feels more like a false leather, which I guess stops the water ingression. One other thing to note is on the old ones you get traditional laces, whereas with the new ones you get a toggle with a little switch which allows you to pull. And I guess if you're a lazy person, they're pretty good. You get this elastic also, which I believe is designed to hold this excess down. I don't really like it. I'm pretty sure it'll work its way out and annoy me senseless while I'm running. So what I'll do is I'll end up cutting these off. In the box, which I should say is a very cool and very different box. You can see here it's kind of a diagonal fold. I guess the idea is a cool box is a cool shoe. But in the box you do get a separate pair of laces. They are thicker than the ones that are pre-installed on the shoe. You also notice that I couldn't find a way of getting these off. So my assumption is that you have to cut these off to put these on, which I will do as soon as I go out for my first run. If we compare these two shoes, you can see they both have full cloud foam along the base. They both have a Continental rubber. This one is Winter-Rdy. When you're running in the dry on the pavements, this is brilliant. It's nice and grippy. It does everything you need it to do. Not a lot of sideways movement, etc. But in the wet, you probably need a little bit more. I guess like Continental winter tires, you need more cutouts to allow the water to be pushed out. This is definitely a lot more blocky. I'm hoping they're just as grippy. Wearing them around the house, the bounce and the response and the pushback off the floor with these new trainers is very, very nice. One thing I would say is I did personally worry about this being quite a hard plastic. You can see it is not soft. If I click it, you can hear it is a hard plastic, but it does by no means cause any interference. I've got pretty terrible ankles. However, I don't ever feel this moving around the house, running up and down the stairs, etc. Didn't notice this at all. So overall, the shoe has got quite a lot of nice reflectives, which you'd like. Again, I did start off with the silver one, thinking that running in the winter, you'd want something a bit more visible. Due to the sizes that I could find out there, this was the only pair I could really get. Again, I paid $115 on the internet for these, whereas Adidas are charging $160 on their website. No discounts applicable at the moment. I really like this shoe. I'm really looking forward to running with them, and at this moment I can't recommend them enough. They feel very comfortable, water repellent, only just seen that, but they do appear like they will do the job, and I'm looking forward to going out for my first run. Thanks a lot. Bye.